Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Making Eagle Rises, your host Frank. Wednesday. Is there any humping going on this day? Hell no. God, we got skunked again. Hey, look on the bright side. We have so much to talk about in the financial news. Not really. That's just made up. So, yeah. Remember I told you it was going to be boring and, maybe, yeah, I don't know. Let's get into this. Thanks, Yoda, for showing up. Make sure you punch that clock, all right? Yeah, so top of the line, stocks and gold and silver, everything's kind of going up. Gold and silver were actually up. We're up decently. Crypto was crypto's all over the hell the place today. We'll get into some of that, but Federal Reserve cut 25 basis points. The shocker, right? Yawn, boring. However, as I mentioned, the forward guidance, he does like his little song and dance. I call it his song and dance. It's not really. They have these pre-generated questions to make it look like they're asking them questions, but they're all pre-generated. It's all not coerced, rehearsed. Ah, shit. Yeah, what is it? Not quite 5 o'clock. Got 4:45. But what did he say? What spooked the market? Any guesses? Bueller? No. So he's like, oh, well, because they got one more meeting in December. And he's like, oh, yeah, we probably won't cut. And that was enough for the Wall Street traders to go, no! Oh, my God! So they priced in a December rate cut. Powell rug pulls them again. Right, Yoda? What do you think of this? I think this is hilarious. Always with you. Yoda! What is wrong with you? What did I tell you? It's hard to find good help these days. Yoda, you've been spot on. I don't know. We'll check back in. Maybe maybe he hasn't had enough coffee yet, even though it's almost 5 o'clock. Maybe he works the second shift. Yeah, so guess what? Remember I told you about that 10-year treasury? Well, it went back up to 4, but because he said that about the rate cut, it went up another 6 basis points. So that was an 8 basis point swing on the 10-year treasury. That's enough to take. I'm real surprised. But the market was kind of up early, so I guess this is what happens. The DXY was actually up a half a point, so it's actually above 99. So with the dollar strengthening, the 10-year treasury going up, I'm surprised. The SPY just finished in the green. And Bitcoin was actually up, and then it went way down. And I mean, it went all the again, guys. If you look at TradingView, take a look at it, guys. It's hilarious. Bitcoin went all the way down to the red line on my graph, which is the 200-day moving average. It is completely financialized. The appearance of, oh, don't worry. They can only make so many Bitcoin. It doesn't matter. They can make all the contracts they want, right? That's a whole other thing that nobody talks about with crypto. You can write contracts. So they're going to do with Bitcoin like they did with every other commodity. Well, they'll probably do what they did to gold and silver. We don't know. I don't know. This is Battle of the Bulge. They're throwing everything. Powell had to come out there and just give a good jab to the market to kind of wake it up. So, yeah, but it's now standing at 111. right in between the band. I'm not telling you to buy any of this stuff because it's just crypto. So, plus, hang on. We'll let Yoda. I think he's going to be a little bearish on Bitcoin. What do you think? No, exactly. I don't even have to ask him. No, say no to Bitcoin. We still buy our $10 worth every day. Is it $5 or $10? I don't know, guys. Look my previous videos up. Maybe what's in there. But yeah, guys, gold was way up and it finished down. Wah, wah. But it's not below. Looks like it's not below yesterday. I don't know. It's floating right around there. And silver actually did go up to end the day, but it was up another. What is that? It was up another. Yeah, it was up another like another 60 cents. So it could have went up. So anyway, my golden miners were doing well, and now it's a mixed bag. Newmont kind of recovered. That was a big one that I had. That kind of so it's not a full on retreat, but that's what we got going on. It's so Yoda. What do you think? I think we're going to kind of tell you the same thing we've been saying for quite a while. Save your money. I definitely am. So other than my Coinbase little purchases, that's, again, I allotted so much money at the beginning of the year, and I'm having to buy every damn day a certain amount. So that's how we came up with our little strategy. Is it making money? Yeah, but we're trying to save money because, hey, guess what? GM is talking about cutting again on Halloween. It's spooky. So, Yoda, save money, right? What? Yoda, you just said don't buy Bitcoin. And not, if anything, Yoda, you're killing me, Smalls. Yeah. Oh, so now that we're at 7 minutes, hey, yeah, it looks like we're timing these market reports, we'll call them. It's more like market entertainment. This is the Wall Street wanting more heroin. So now we know the market is expecting the Fed to cut. The Fed said, oh, no, we're not. And the market said, oh, yeah, you are. I think it's like, fuck you are, you are, or whatever that one. I don't know how that saying goes. But now we know. Market's having a tantrum. It can't have, it's got to get its way. It's like worse. It's like a little brat that's hooked on cocaine. Or meth. Yeah, no one does cocaine anymore. That's like the 80s. That's white lines. I think there's a song about that. White lines. It's actually a good tune, but it's all about drugs. Yeah, so for all you other folks, actually, I think we got a couple more subs. So thank you so much. My diehards are probably watching all the way through. Gosh, if you guys weren't watching all the way through, I'd probably just be throwing in the towel. We don't make any money on this. We're coming up to almost a year. I don't know. I'm on the fence, guys. I hope someone's having a good laugh because I'm just wasting my time. I could be out in the garage finishing up my projects. I don't really have to do... You know what I mean? I just want to get it done because it's going to be... By the time January comes in, I doubt I'm going to be in that garage that much. I will bundle up on the days that are like, if it's like below 20, I ain't going in there, man. I'm getting too old for this shit. But anyway, you guys from the other folks on the YouTube didn't know. My brain just kind of like went out the door there, so I apologize. But today, well, there's probably more than two, but I listened to the Raymond's Thoughts on Mine video. Damn. I listened on the way home, and I'm just like, oh my God. I mean, everything I've been saying, everything that Raymond's saying, it's like Raymond's. It's like I think he knows this, and he's been saying it in his live streams, and it's over and over. And I think it's almost like it's like still shock. You know, it's like he won't. I get it because I'm the same way, man. I don't want to, but come on, ladies. You know. The video that he did, check it out, guys. It's you know, these this one lady like tried to date for 10 years, couldn't find, you know, the 777 guy, you know, then ends up doing you know, and she has a kid, but yet she's never had a partner. So she had to get artificially inseminated. Like, really? Couldn't find any, but no good men out there, guys. There's no good men out there. Seriously, and the irony is that Raymond actually, this is what the, we'll call it the hidden hand. I'm not going to tell you who they is. Do your damn research. If you don't know it, I'm not, it doesn't matter. No matter what I say, you're not going to believe it anyway. So they want depopulation. I don't know if they're really going to get it. Here's the thing. Maybe they want to stop it, and now they're like, oh, shit, the cat's out of the bag. They're going to get it. The question is how much damage will be done? Because population, if you don't know, is exponential. Like, you guys don't understand. Like, you guys should, I'm trying to remember, like, some talked about, like, how a big football stadium is. Like, how do you know? Like, you know, when half of it's full, right? It takes so long, and it's just like that last little bit of time, the entire football stadium gets full. That's how, is it just, you know, a doubling effect, right? But it can work in the opposite direction. When you have population collapse, it's a inverse. So you'll get to a point where you have a threshold, and it just falls off a cliff. I think you can kind of see that in the, what's that guy? They call it the mouse utopia. There's actually 2 studies with that. Be a little careful because some of the conclusions, they were talking initially about population, but actually the guy that actually did the study actually talked about, it wasn't overpopulation. There was not enough social positions. So there wasn't enough social positions. There were no roles. And then basically the little mouse society fell apart because it had nothing to hold itself together. You know, and we're walking right into it. But anyway, good video. Check it out. And then another banger by Dad Mode, Dark Mode. Wow, man. Woo! He was fitting on all cylinders. I had like a little tear. I had a tear in my eye listening to his video. It was like a tear of like joy / hope. Not for the end result. No. It's I call it, hey, finally, there are some millennial guys out there. They see it and they're trying their best. Hats off, guys. It's like finally, you know, it's like, what am I? I got to be like the old general, and I finally see some captains and lieutenants. They're finally doing, you know, they're finally riling up Gen Z, you know, and, you know, he summed up, you know, his last 20 years, and hats off, dude. Keep doing what you're doing. I was just like, oh my gosh, it's so good to at least finally see that at least millennials and maybe some Gen Zs aren't going to roll over and just not fight, you know. I always believe in, and I think about this in every aspect of my life. So sue me if you want. I don't got any damn money anyway. But given a choice between just sitting down and not saying anything, or just, I call it the unwinnable battle, I call it, right? Raymond calls it that Star Trek, something, Rashuge. I'm butchering it, guys. It's basically, you're given a situation, right? In Star Trek, it's a simulation. And it's actually not necessarily, like, there's no, you should not be able to win this, but it's more of a gauge of to see what type of commander you are, what type of what type of leadership. and what are your, why did you make this decision, and how did you adjust to it, right? It's kind of like one of those there's no right answer type of thing. So I believe in fighting that no winnable battle, right? Some people would just, I'm not, I'll call it in and I'll hightail it out. Yeah, no. Frank has, how they call it the fight or flight? Frank has the fight or fight. And I probably mentioned this a few times, so apologize on that. But yeah, no, I'm a big believer in that. I'll complain about it. But I'll still do it, I think on one of my videos I called it I'm the last Roman centurion in Rome. Half my, whatever, not legion, but they call it centurion because you had 100, I think. It's basically a platoon level, right? So half my men are gone. The city's like burning, it's already kind of burning. People are running around. Visigoths and whatnot are going around. They're raping and pillaging and all the... You got half the chicks liking it and half the chicks that don't like it. But it's like that. I turn around to the guys, we see the Roman, whatever, we're the Roman form of the Senate. And we're like, well, we can't go anywhere. Everything's on fire. Our families are dead or most likely dead. Yeah, okay, we can run for our lives, but, maybe that gives us another couple minutes. And it's like, yeah, men, I'd be like, hey, you're all dismissed. You don't have to follow me. I'm right here where I stand is hallowed ground. Maybe something, the Visigoths don't know what the hell it is, right? But at least a Roman centurion would know what the hell he's, something important that he would know. And he chooses his ground, his basically where he's going to die. That's why it's called hallowed ground. So, yeah, that's what... So I believe in fighting that fight, even if our millennial and Gen Z brethren fail, take up the mantle and fight. You never know. You might actually win. Last thing, we're at 17 minutes. Sorry, I didn't mean to go on that, but dad mode, that again, that was it was inspirational to me, and I'm an old guy. So when I heard it, I'm like, man, I hope more young guys hear that. I hope guys to be honest, I hope guys that are just entering high school hear this. I almost hope 8th graders hear this stuff. Because I know half of them don't even have fathers that would even say this, right? And if they have a father, the father is like always getting beat up for trying to educate his children, let alone his male offspring. So... don't wait till you're 40 to try to instill something into the next generation if you are so blessed to have a son in your life. We don't, unfortunately. Sorry, Dad. Things just got out of control, apparently. So, no, we're going to end it with this. Remember how... there's all these migrants and we're supposed to blah, 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 blah. Well. The title is called Biblical Studies Student Illegally in U.S. And they have to put this word in there, and I'm pretty sure I have to say it. Allegedly stabs two teens, a college student. Biblical, really? With a metal fork, slaps woman on flight. Allegedly. So that means he did do it. The reason why they said allegedly is because the charges aren't confirmed. What else do you want me to say? Yeah, and guess where he's from? A federal prosecutor has... Federal prosecutor. Oh, that's right. It's on a plane. It's not a misdemeanor, guys. It's federal. Yeah, I forgot. That's bad. Have charged 28-year-old. So 28-year-old biblical student? Really? Indian national Pranith Kumar Usapali, I don't know about that last word, with assault following the incident aboard, it looks like Lusitania, 431. It was a flight from Chicago to Frankfurt. Yeah, there you go, guys. Like, illegal. Why are you here? Why? You're India. Get the fuck over there. Like, that's where all the call center goes. If you're here legally, fine. But you're here legally. You're stabbing people with shit. 28-year-old and supposedly, oh, I'm a bullshit. Does it say in the Bible to take a fork and start poking teenagers? Slapping a woman? What are you doing here, guys? I don't know. Yoda! You've been quiet. We're going to check in with Yoda here at the end. Yoda, what do you think? These damn illegals. We got to ship them all back, right? Side clouds, everything. Boy, is he right about that, right? Because you know this is on purpose. Purpose! So anyone... And again, what's funny is we're having more problems with the people that actually live here, that are born here, that, you know, they're white or whatever. And they're the ones that got more butthurt than the... I know other Indians that badmouth other Indians because they try to come over here illegally. Can't make this shit up. I'm telling you, you got, it's like funny, right? You know, you got the black and the ninjas. They're, you know, I call it white, and then I call it trailer trash, but I guess that's too vague, right? But you know what I mean? Like every demographic has this, and it's like, we're just tired of this. And it's like, you know, snap people, right? Like the real people that need it can't get it because there's too many freeloaders. Well, we're going to find out in a few days. Actually, you know what's funny is, well, 22 minutes. Jesus, we got to get going, Frank. We got to get off this damn thing. We're wasting time. What was I going to say? I don't know. We'll just check in later. All right, we're going to find a stop button because we'll just keep talking. All right, see you guys. Bye.